Joe, how's everybody doing out there? We'll give people a chance to get through notifications, and if anybody wants to watch any ads, that always helps me out. I do appreciate that. I'll go through channel information first, and then we'll get right to today's topic. So this is Prepping with Sarge. If this is your first time on your channel, I cover all things preparedness and talk about a lot of emergency preparedness for storms, recession, everything you can think of like that. We do outdoor activities. I like to show you foraging for wild edible plants and medicinal plants. Who's your prepping nurse? I see you there. Good evening. How are you doing? Let's see, what else do? Sometimes I show you some camping activities. I like to go hiking in the woods. Occasionally we talk about mental health. And of course we talk a little bit about financial preparedness as well. Couple disclaimers. Anything I talk about on the show is not financial advice. If I show you a plant and say this is edible and you do not properly make your own decisions and talk to your doctor about it, and you have some allergic reaction, I am not responsible for your mistakes, and I'm not responsible for the decisions you make with your finances as well. I talk about things from my perspective, things that I'm doing, and if you find it helpful, I appreciate it. As always, if you enjoy any of my content, please consider giving me a thumbs up. I always appreciate that. If you're new to the channel and you enjoy what you see here, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you. I go live on Fridays usually, and on Tuesdays, I usually do some kind of skill-based activity, or I give you a product review. Dave Simmons, thank you so much for joining us tonight. All right, let's talk about this coin first. We are going to talk about holiday gifts, and I always feel that silver is a great holiday gift. In fact, I got some silver for my nieces and my little godson for Christmas. I think it's a fantastic gift. You always want to make sure if they're little, you want to give that to their parent to hold for them. Otherwise, they might accidentally spend it themselves. But since we're talking about silver, this coin here, I'm doing a giveaway for this coin here, and I'm going to drop a link right now. So if you're watching this on the replay, you want to turn on the live chat. In fact, let me adjust mine. I had top chat on. You want to turn on your live chat, and I'm going to drop a link right now. Bear with me here. I'm running a one-man show here. All right, here comes your link. This video here that I just linked in the chat is going to show you, it's going to give you the rules for entering if you want to do get in on this GAW. Check that out. Basically, short version of the story, you're going to want to go over to my Facebook page for Prepping with Sarge. But there are some rules. It's not affiliated. This contest is not affiliated. This giveaway is not affiliated with YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or anybody else. And you must be 18 plus, and unfortunately, you must be a resident of the continental U.S. Now, I had one of my Canadian viewers say that was kind of upsetting, and I get it. I'm so sorry. This is funded by myself. This is my coin. Nobody, is sponsoring this one. I have done other giveaways in the past that were sponsored by some of the companies that I work with. This one is out of my own pocket. And unfortunately, especially with money, there's some weird international regulations from customs about shipping money in and out of the country. I just can't guarantee that I would be in compliance with laws outside the United States. So this one, unfortunately, you have to be a resident of the continental U.S. And I absolutely respect if you're a Canadian channel and you're running a contest and you say this is only for Canadian viewers. I have about 5% of my viewers are from India. Same thing. I understand. Shipping is also very expensive outside of the United States. If you watched my last few giveaways, I gave away hundreds of dollars of product, and it ended up costing me hundreds of dollars out of my pocket to ship it. So I appreciate your grace on this. I do the best that I can to try to give back to my viewers. This one here, unfortunately, there is some regulations on this one. So check out that link that I put there. If you want to get in on this, then head over to my Facebook page and go down to the appropriate link, and you're going to do the appropriate hashtag, which is hashtag Prepping with Sarge. All right. Cold War Prepper, good to see you. Modern Refugee, good to see you both. Appreciate you. Hope you all are having great holidays so far. All right, so let's talk silver real quick. If you wanted to get in on silver for your nephews, your nieces, your grandchildren, it is a fantastic gift. In fact, some of you already know what I'm about to say here. I'm an affiliate for Apmex, and I'm going to be dropping links throughout the whole chat here. Okay, so this one is my Apmex affiliate link. If you use this, it does help me out. I get a little tiny commission for that, and it's always appreciated. So that link right there that I just dropped, that's for my Apmex affiliate. I've been using Apmex for 9 years. I think at least 9 years. I gotta think about this for a second. No, longer than that. I think it was 2009 when I started stacking, and always get exactly what you ordered, fair prices. In fact, I find that the online dealers like Apmex typically are better deals than I can find at my local coin shop. Not to say that you shouldn't also support your local coin shops. I do buy some stuff from my local coin shops. In fact, that's where this particular 1878 Morgan came from. All right. So if I was going to buy silver for somebody from my family, for my for your grandson, granddaughter, for your nephews and nieces, an American Eagle is always a good way to go. You're looking at probably somewhere between $35 and $40 for an American Eagle. Of course, an old coin like those Morgans, great choice. You can get those around between 30 and 35. If you need to go a little bit lower on that on your budget, you could go for a round or a bar, or even as low as some Mercury dimes, which unfortunately I didn't have out ready here to show you that. Yeah, man, Cold War Prepper, I love giving silver to my nephews and nieces. In fact, I used to give savings bonds, U.S. savings bonds, but a few years ago they kind of took all that and made it online, and I really didn't like how they were doing it, so I decided to change mine. But congratulations, yeah, on the new member of the family. Having a new addition on Christmas is such a fantastic blessing. We've talked about that, you and I, before. I'm so excited for you, and I know you're excited for this Christmas. So we're going to talk about some other stuff here. You can see I've got some of my knives lined up. This is not even like half of my collection. I love knives. I love flashlights. Spokane Silver Stacker, it's good to see you, brother. We're going to talk about all kinds of different budgets here. So a couple disclaimers on that I want you to be aware of. Sometimes people see things in my kit and they'll say, man, that looks really cool. Those are cool things to own. Like this, the Essie is a pretty high-end knife, right? Keep in mind that I started prepping years ago, more than 10 years ago, I started getting into this. I didn't accumulate all my gear and all my kit overnight, and I don't encourage you to go out and spend your credit card. And in fact, although we are talking about holiday gift giving, that is really not the main point of Christmas or Hanukkah or any of the other holidays that come around this time of the year. Vanessa Kitty, good to see you. Burpee Yoga Uncle, good to see you. Bleecker Family, good to see you. Appreciate you all. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Yeah, we're going to talk about knives for sure today. So the most important thing is stay within your budget, right? And for the holidays, remember the true meaning of the holidays, that it's about, your belief system, whatever that is. And I respect everyone's beliefs here, and celebrating your belief system during the holidays, enjoying your family. If you get a chance to do a little charity, that's fantastic. And if you are going to buy some kit, either for yourself or a member of your family, stay within your budget. Don't blow up your credit card. I know there's a lot of channels out there preaching that the end is now. You got to get your kit now. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. I promise you that the world is not ending tomorrow, okay? And if the world does end tomorrow, you can find me and say, see, we told you so, okay? No, don't blow your budget. Just be sensible about it. I accumulated my kit over a very long period of time, and I upgraded. I started with stuff that was not so expensive, and as time went on, I upgraded, okay? Hope everybody's got that. Let's get right on to the stuff. All right, let's keep this rolling. So this is the Grail filter, and I did a video on this recently. You can check that out. This is actually my favorite new water filter. This is perfect for hikers. I'm going to open it up and show it to you. So if you're into hiking, or maybe you want something for your bug out bag, this is, hang on one second, I had to take it off camera. The way this works, oh, come on. Being a little sticky. All right, I'm going to have to mess with it later on. It's being a little bit sticky right now. The way this works is you fill this container with water, and it can be like pond water, and then you're going to put the filter on top, and you cover it back up with the cover. And then as you press it down, it filters through the filter that's built into there. And this can actually remove most viruses that are in the water and heavy metals. This is a fantastic filter. Now, it is a little bit pricey. This might not be your first filter if you're starting out or you're on a tight budget. But if you've got a little bit more money to work with, this is a fantastic way to go. Any hiker in your life is going to love the Grail filter. I'm going to drop a link for that right now. Bear with me. And a lot of these are companies that I'm working with now. Keep in mind, it's not, You know, there's other kit out there that's good. So for water filters, I don't have one here right now, but have used Sawyer in the past. Sawyer, Catadine's also good. But this is the link that I'm dropping right now. That's for my affiliate link with Grail. If you want to check them out, certainly helps me out. I always think Zippos are a great item for preppers. This one I've had since college. You can see it's gotten beat up and it has my college nickname on there. I changed out the gas insert there for one of these plasma arcs, and that's rechargeable. Okay, I don't have links for that, but you can find that on Amazon. Zippo is a great little gift for any prepper any prepper in your life. Definitely like those a lot, and I've had that one for over 30 years now. Let's do the knives last. Let's get into flashlights. Recently, I switched over to Powertac from another flashlight company that I was working with, and not going to name that other flashlight company. Some of you who were with me since the beginning might know who I'm talking about. But that other flashlight company, I've had a couple of failures with, and don't even want to get into it and have them send me like a cease and desist letter. I'm not going to pump for them anymore. So I switched to Powertac, and I got 3 Powertacs to show you right now. Maccabeus, I'm sorry, I don't know if I said hi when you came in. Good to see you. Forager Chick, good to see you. Dove Season, good to see you. If you all are tuning in on replay, make sure you turn on the live chat. You're going to be missing a lot of good stuff if you don't. So this is the Valor. This one is a good, you can see how bright that was. This is a good bedside flashlight. This one here that I'm going to show you next, this M5 was my EDC. I switched to a different EDC because this one was just a little bit too bulky for me, but also very, very bright. I've done videos on both of those flashlights. You can check them out. And again, whoops, sorry, I should have given you a strobe warning. Little bit on the high end. You're going to pay a little bit more for these than you would at your big box stores for a regular flashlight. But what these can do, the technology within these, you've got turbo mode, which will basically light up your entire street. I can do like a map mode, which is very, very they call it firefly mode, where you can basically just see a map. You can do strobe, as you saw. It's got some bezel tip for a little bit of self-defense action. So these Powertac lights are really good. But that was my EDC, and I switched to this here. Now, also Powertac, this is the Saber, and this one's very affordable if anyone's looking for a good EDC flashlight. This one runs on AAA, but I'll show you. Okay, so not quite as bright as the other two, but perfect size for EDC. Look at that. Now I switched out that clip. This is the clip that it comes with. I had another clip that I liked a little bit better. I'm going to try to message the Powertac team and just suggest that they switch to one of these. Cold War Prepper, you know what I'm talking about, why we like these, because it can clip onto the bill of your cap. I saw your video talking about that. But that's the clip that it comes with. And as you can see, it basically dismantles. So there's a second piece of this, and you can run it on two AAAs or one AAA. I wanted one that can fit in my pocket like that, so I went with the one. And then this one here is probably going to go in my travel bag, so I bought 2 of these. This is Powertac, and I have a little discount code for you guys for that one. Hang on one second, got another link incoming. How's everybody doing out there? You all doing anything fun for Christmas this weekend? All right, Powertac link incoming and coupon code SARGE, capital A, capital S, A, capital S, capital A, capital R, capital G, capital E will get you 15% off at checkout. You definitely want to check out Powertac flashlights. Good stuff. Dragon Slayers, good to see you. Temperatures are going to drop below 0 next week. Yeah, it's getting down below 40 here in South Carolina, so I actually had to cover up my lemon trees. They'll be fine with just those blankets for, oh gosh. You can get, those are pretty good down to like 20 degrees, and then it starts getting a little bit, you got some danger going on. But we don't, fortunately in South Carolina, don't get too many days like that. So let me move some of these knives here. We're going to come back to these. And I've got all kinds of different budgets going on for these knives. for you big spenders or for you that are trying to stay under 50 or even under 30. All right, so next up we got the Wazoo cash cap. These are really cool. It's got the hidden pockets inside. You can put anything you want in there. They sell kits that you can put in there. And it's got the signaling colors, the bright under orange. And it's got another little pocket in there with the hook and loop closure. I've got a couple, it's got a little pockets on the side here. I've got little mini chem lights in there. I like to keep those in there, and if like, you know, I'm camping or whatever, I bust it out and I'll crack one if there's little kids around, and I'll give it to the kids to play with. But you could use that to like read a map or something. Yeah, Forager Chick, these are awesome, aren't they? They're really nice hats, and it's really fun when you're traveling too. I've worn this through TSA with a bunch of stuff in there, and nobody blinked an eye at it. Also from Wazoo Survival Gear. Yeah, exactly, the Go-Go Gadget hat. And they make a belt too. Also from Wazoo Survival Gear, you got the Viking Whetstone necklace. I don't usually wear this on a necklace. I usually, if I'm camping or hiking, I have this tied on my day pack. But this works really good, and you can see that I'm giving it a lot of love. It's getting a lot of use. A mini saw, that's a great thing to put in there. These are, I just did a video on this week. You can use that to sharpen like the sawtooth edges. You can use that for the, like the VEF serrations, like you see there. And then, of course, that can be used to sharpen any knife, scissors, pruning shears, whatever. And then that that groove there is for like fish hooks and sewing needles. So that's the Wazoo Survival Gear Viking Whetstone. And then, of course, you've seen this several times on my videos. I'm usually wearing this. The Wazoo Survival Gear Spark Necklace. That's a ceramic striker and ferrocerium rod. And you can see I get a lot of use out of that as well. I'll give you the link for those as well, and I got a discount code, as you can imagine. So this weekend, my wife is working an event. You guys know she's a baker, so she has been super busy with the holidays. This is her busy season. This is where she makes most of her money. And then tomorrow night, I think we're going to try to watch some Christmas movies, maybe get a little Coco action going. And just try to relax because it's been slamming for her. All right, there's your Wazoo Survival Gear affiliate link, and if you use coupon code SARGE, all capital letters, 2022, you'll get 5% off your orders there. Now, keep in mind, some of these companies have put out on Instagram that they are reaching, like they're getting to the point now that if you don't get your order in really soon, like as in tonight, or maybe if you're lucky tomorrow, some of them aren't going to be able to guarantee that you're going to get it by Christmas time. So if you're like me and you procrastinated your Christmas shopping, you got to get on it, folks, or your Hanukkah shopping. So for the Wazoo Survival Gear, Lee, the coupon code was SARGE 2022, all capital letters 2022, SARGE. All right, then. A lot of you have asked me, like, what do I recommend for foraging guides? Now, this guy here, if you don't know who Mark Meriwether Vorderbruggen is, he is one of the best foraging teachers in the country. He runs the website for, I believe it's Foraging Texas, and he's written several foraging books, including this one. And as you can see, he signed it. I got to take a class with him at Georgia Bushcraft. Penny Pinching Prepper, it's good to see you. I got to take a class with him at Georgia Bushcraft. I took some footage, which you're going to get to see at some point. I had hoped to get that footage out before the holidays, but things are just getting ahead of me. But this is the book that I recommend for the U.S., and most of the stuff in here is going to be good for parts of Lower Canada as well. I'd get this, and then I would try to find one for your area. Thank you, Lee. Appreciate you. Angie, it's good to see you. So let me give you one more look at this book. This is the Outdoor Adventure Guides. Foraging by Dr. Mark Meriwether Vorderbruggen. Let me show you what a couple of the pages look like here. So greenbrier, I got tons of this greenbrier growing on my property. And it tells you like when to harvest it, how to prepare it. Really cool stuff. This is a great book. I'm going to do a full review on this book another day, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested. But yeah, a lot of people ask me what foraging books do I recommend. There you go. That's what you got to get right there. All right. Okay, next up, let's do. All right, Pine Tree Garden Seeds. My friends with Pine Tree Garden Seeds. Actually, one of the first brands that I started working with on the channel. I've been using Pine Tree Garden Seeds long before I had a YouTube channel, though. At least since like 2010, I think. Let me think about this. I was on my Kentucky farm. I think it was 2010. Pine Tree Garden Seeds. Garden Seeds make a fantastic stocking stuffer. And they are one of the companies I know that they said it's getting to the point where it's going to be challenging for them to get it to you by Christmas. So get on it if you're thinking about this. I do have a link and a discount code for them as well. But I've had really good viability rates with Pine Tree Garden Seeds. And then, yes, people are always going to ask me, do they have heirloom seeds? Yes, they have heirloom seeds like Brandywine. And they also have, and there you go, there's another one there. Walton butternut squash is an heirloom, but they also have hybrids too. So they have a mix. Hybrids are not all bad. Hybrids doesn't necessarily mean GMO. I need to do a video about that. There's a lot of misconceptions about that. So let me drop a link for them. Hang on one second here. And then I think this is the last link I got for you. No, I got one more. I'm sorry. So while I'm doing this, what are your favorite Christmas movies? I'd like to hear from you all. Does anybody have any particular favorites? Besides Elf. I know everybody loves Elf. All right, there's Pine Tree Garden Seeds. It's www.superseeds.com. And coupon code SARGE, all caps, 10, will get you 10% off orders of $20 or more. So that's SARGE, all caps. Die Hard is a great Christmas movie. And I'll argue with anybody who says otherwise. Sarge, all caps, 10 for 10% off orders $20 or more at pinetreegardenseeds.com. No, I'm sorry, at superseeds.com, which is Pine Tree Garden Seeds. All right, we're going to go through these knives. Captain Blood and Elf. Captain Blood. I don't think I've seen Captain Blood. Captain Blood. All right, let's talk about this one first, and this is the last link I've got for you. This is the Holtzman Gorilla Survival Knife. And this, they make Bad Santa. I like Bad Santa, actually. I like that movie a lot. We watched, Mrs. Sarge and I watch that every year. Yeah, I love knives, man. And I know Lee does too. He was talking about that on his video today. Someday I got to pull out all my knives and do a total collection video. That'd be fun. The problem is, like, I got to dig them out. Like, I got them all over my car. I got them in different bug out bags, get home bags. They're like all over the place. All right, this is the Holtzman Gorilla Survival Knife. They make different ones. This is the gray Tanto. I have been using it a little bit, and it's still holding up pretty good because D2 is a really hard steel. So, like, there's just the beginning of some scuffs there, and that was from hitting the ferro rod, which I'll show you in a second. But it is holding up really good so far. Eventually, it will get some scuffs and scratches. That's what happens when you use your knives. Comes with this really nice, exactly, Dragon Slayer. Comes with this really nice Kydex sheath, right, Forager Chick? On their Kydex sheath, it has a sharpener built in, and then it comes with a ferro rod here. All right, so I did. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw I did some new footage with that this week, and you can see I've been giving that thing some love too. Okay, this is a fun little knife, and the size of it, because it's kind of. It's hard to do that through the camera. The size of this, because it's like small, Christmas Story is really good. And did you watch the sequel on HBO, Lazarus? There's a sequel to it now. It's set in the 1970s, and he's the dad now. It's really cool. Because this is small, it's really good. And it's got the jimping on the back side there. It's really good for like whittling and small. I did an unboxing on this one, and small work. And the Tanto. Tanto style blade like that has a lot of piercing. That's you can do some intricate work with that as well. But those Tanto tips like that are really good for piercing. So that's the Holtzman Gorilla Survival Knife. I do have an affiliate link with them as well. Let me grab you that. And then the rest of them are not affiliates. And if you use discount code, this time it's Sarge, just capital letter, all caps, just Sarge. That's all it is. And here's your link for that. Coming in hot. There it is. Holtzman Gorilla Survival. So the discount code is Sarge, and that will get you 10% off their products. Definitely check them out. Yeah, Tanto knives are great. I'm also, I hate to say this, I'm missing a knife. I had a karambit, and I usually kept that one in the car, and I can't find my karambit. So I don't know where that is. I got to find it. All right, let's do a couple of the expensive ones here, and then we'll talk about one of the ones a couple that are more budget friendly. This was the latest addition to my collection. This is the SE4. Did a video on this recently. This was a grail knife for me. Now these knives go for over $100. It's a great bushcraft knife, high carbon steel. These hold up really, really well. And you can see I haven't used it too much lately. I still got to break this one in. I'm not seeing any marks on it yet. I've just done a little bit of light bushcraft work with it, some feather sticking and things like that. And this thing is razor sharp. Like, you can shave with this thing. In fact, it's just taking it out and like messing with it in the unboxing video. If you watched that one, I nicked myself, just like barely touched my finger to it. This is a phenomenal knife. This is a knife I wanted for years. And I had to save up for it, Dragon Slayer. Like, this was outside my budget. I had to save up for it and basically, get to the point where I had earned it. But I wanted it years ago, and I waited, and I stayed within my budget. And that's why I'm really encouraging you guys. Don't go out there feeling like I got to get all my gear now. Take your time. Take your time. I accumulated my gear over years. It comes with this sheath here. Only mild complaint I have so far is the tolerance on this is a little too tight. Like, I wouldn't mind if it had just a little bit more give, but that's kind of nitpicking, right? So it's a little bit tight. It's never going to fall out of that sheath, thankfully. Yeah, so the cheapest one here, you're looking in the $20 range. That's going to be this guy here. I'll talk about him in a minute. And you're looking like 25. Actually, I'll put them kind of in order if you want. Maybe like, yeah. So left to right, basically. Most affordable, most expensive. So anyways, that's the SE4. Check them out. All right, this one here was also a grail knife that I waited a long time, and actually it went out of production for a long time, and I thought I was never going to be able to get it, because when a knife goes out of production, sorry, just cleaning the blade a little bit. When a knife goes out of production, the knife community, if it's a popular knife like this one was, they can actually get really expensive. So this originally, when it came on the market, sold for in the $200 range. And then when it went out of production, you would have basically had to pay $500 for a used one. So they can get a little bit, yeah, $49 for a chick, exactly. Yeah, this is the this is the Spyderco Schmuck. And I'm glad you're listening, Burpee Yoga Uncle. It's always good to have you here. This is the Spyderco Schmuck. This is an expensive one. Like, not everybody needs this, of course. I'm a knife enthusiast, and I wanted this one. I wanted it. So when it came back into production, I used some of my savings to grab it. Now, what does this have over other knives? It's a fancy knife, right? But it is a lot of fun to play with this one. It is very, very slick. And you can do all kinds of fun things with it like that, and it'll do drop closure. This is one that's probably not going to see the bushcraft use. This was a play knife. This is not going to get a lot of use. This is like a trophy queen or whatever you call it, a safe queen or whatever. Yeah. But that's the Spyderco Smock for your big spenders. Really nice knife. And it is slick. All right, next one over. Now you start getting into more affordable stuff. This is the Spyderco Tenacious. You should be able to find these on Amazon in the $60 range, $65 maybe. As you can see, this one has gotten a lot of love. You can see all the marks there. This is a good little knife too. Also a fun little flicker. You can see it's got really nice drop closure, and you can do the Spider-Man flick with that, right? This is a This knife gets a lot of use. A lot of times this is my EDC, and it's slick too. Only complaint is that this one is a little bit, I have a hard time sharpening this one. I really have to work at it a little bit, but it's a good knife. And that's, you're looking at something like that, you're looking at like the $65 range. Fun little flicker. Spyderco makes good knives, and I'll be honest with you, I hated Spyderco for a long time because most of their knives have that bird wing design there. And I thought, man, that's so boring. But then I got this one. I was like, all right, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try Spyderco knife. And then I started playing around with this one, and I fell in love because they're just really, really slick, and they do the work well. They feel good in your hand. I'll show you all right, look at the texturing on that. And this is like, this for Spyderco, this is one of this was like an entry level one for them. A lot of their stuff's pricey. So, yeah, fun little knife. That's the Tenacious, Spyderco Tenacious. All right, next up, this one has been one of my workhorses for a very long time. I need to clean this blade up, you can see. But again, that's how you can tell, see the marks on there? That's how you can tell this knife's getting used a lot. And this one's over 10 years old. It's put in a lot of work. Honestly, people have asked me, like, if I only had 2 seconds to grab one knife and run, this might be it, because this knife has just done so well. This is the CRKT M21. And there's different colors, different versions of this. Some of them have that VEF serrations, which is, I find it's helpful for cutting cordage. Some people don't like those VEF serrations. I did a review for this years ago. It's actually one of the first videos I did on YouTube. It's very, very stiff now. I need to do some maintenance on this knife. Like, see, it's not gonna. Yeah, it's this. When I got this, for a long time, you could just kind of give it that quick little finger flick and it would fly right open. I need to oil this thing up. I need to loosen it up. I need to do a lot of cleaning on the inside. There's probably a lot of grime on the in there. It should be able to flick right open. But good little workhorse. It's done well for me. It's over 10 years old. You can see the handle's held up really nice. It's got one thing that some people don't like about these ones. So you've got the thumb assist, you've got the flipper assist. There's a little bit of jimping on the back there. And that finger guard I do like. That gives you some protection against slippage. But one thing people don't like on this is it's got 2 locks, right? So to close this, I got to hit that red button, and then I also have to hit the frame lock. So you can't really, there's not really a way to one hand to this one. One hand close it anyways. Some people don't like that, but the pro of that is that when it's locked out, I mean, it's as strong as a fixed blade knife. This thing locks out, and there's like 0 chance it's going to close on my hand, right? Even if I press that in, it shouldn't close. Yeah, actually, I can't press it in all the way with the safety piece. Okay, so you have to hit that little button in the back, that red button, and then you get to do that. So it's a very safe knife. All right. Also from CRKT, this one I do not use a lot. This is another one of my safe queens. This is just one that's kind of fun to play with. This is the CEO. I did a review for this one as well. Look at that. What do they call that? It's like a carbon fiber kind of texture. This is a pretty knife. No, this one is not one that I use as like a bushcraft knife either. But it's fancy and it's pretty. And it's fun, and it turns heads when you pull it out. So this is the CEO, and I'll show you. This one's pretty slick too. All right, so it's got this one's a little, some people find it tricky to deploy because you're not going to push that way, you're not going to push that way, you're going to push diagonally. So it should flick right out if I do it right. Oops. Try it again. See, it's hard to do it behind the camera here too. There we go. And if I'm behind the camera, so it's like I'm doing this awkwardly. If I didn't, it will flick fast. All right, so try it again. Yeah, it can do faster than that. And this one, I think, can do the drop closure too. Let's see. It's got a frame lock. Let's see. Just about, yeah. And so when it's closed, it almost looks like a pen. So that's the appeal of this for a lot of people. That's why it's called the CEO. It's kind of like an executive stiletto. Oh, God. There we go. That was a better example there. It's a pretty blade. Super Pilotist, welcome to the channel. It's good to see you. We're just going through some possible holiday gifts for the prepper in your life. All right, down to our last three. I also did a video on this one. This is the Kershaw Shuffle. This is a fun little barbecue knife. They make all kinds of different fun colors. This is called lime green, but of course we know it's really zombie green. This is kind of a fun little gimmicky knife, but it performs pretty well. It's got a little bottle opener there. You've got a, that can be like a flathead screwdriver. And this doesn't really flick well, but you can do one-handed opening with it, and it feels really good in your hand. It's got really nice texturing there. It's made by Kershaw. Okay, doesn't have the jimping on the back, and no finger guard, but that little groove there will give you some protection. All right, and then you get the frame lock inside. So I did a full video review on this one. This was one I wasn't sure if I was going to like either. I thought I picked it up and I'm like, I'll do a review on it for the channel, and I ended up liking this one. It's a good little, I consider it like a barbecue knife. All right, two more, folks. All right, this one here, CRKT M16. This is one of their most popular knives. Very stiletto-ish, very slick, got that gentleman's carry look to it. Sometimes this is my EDC if I want to go real lightweight. And you can see very, very small, concealable. You've got the flipper finger there, and this one, yeah, there we go. Nice and quick. I do have a butterfly knife. I don't have it here. And butterfly knives, the legality of it, or balisong knives, the legality of it depends on your state. So I live in South Carolina, where they don't stamp on our freedoms here, so we can have those. A little bit jimping on the back. Got the finger guard there when you got it deployed. Blade has held up pretty good, and this has gotten quite a bit of use as well. And this has got kind of a stiletto feel to it if you look at how thin that design is. Sharpens really easily. This one, not great on the drop closure, but that's okay. I could probably loosen it up, but it is really good on the deploy. Whoops. There we go. It's because I'm trying to do this really awkwardly behind the camera. It doesn't do that if I'm holding it right. There we go. So you can see it's pretty quick. It's a nice little knife too. You can get these under $30 for sure, all day long. Check out also, don't just check Amazon, check out Smoky Mountain Knife Works. They've actually been a good friend to my channel. I met them down at Georgia Bushcraft, and they have huge, no problem, Mac, appreciate you, have a great weekend. They have a huge collection of knives for sale. Smoky Mountain Knife Works. If you check them out on Instagram, tell them Prepping with Sarge sent you, please. We don't have any affiliate stuff set up with them, but he's been a friend to the channel. And he sent us stuff. Last time I did a giveaway, he actually sent some stuff for the giveaway. All right, last one. This is, and I know Lee is a fan of this one as well. This is the K-Bar Dozier. This one you should be able to find in the $20 range, maybe $25 with inflation. You can see that one's gotten quite a bit of use too. This is, for the price, this knife does fantastic. They keep the price low, but it doesn't really have any bells and whistles to it, does it, right? It's just your basic folder with a good lock back. It is, that lock holds really well. Again, just like that other one I showed you, the CRKT M21, this K-Bar Dozier does really well once it's locked out. It's not going to fold on you. It's a good little design. This is an older design, but it's held up really well over the years. Good knife. This one here usually stays in my car, and it's one of those ones, like if I had to use it, something happened to it, I could replace it, minimal cost. If I lent it out to somebody and they don't bring it back, I'm not going to cry. You know, it's a $20, $25 knife, but it's a very good $20, $25 knife. This is from K-Bar, and they make a lot of the military knives, so they're a good company. This is the Dozier. It's a good little knife. You can't go wrong there. Especially for somebody, like if you want to put that in their stocking, they're not going to be sad about getting one of these. All right, folks, that's pretty much it. Do you have any questions for me? I can't go through all of these steels because I don't have them all memorized, but check out my knife playlist. I appreciate that, Super Pilotist. Appreciate you. Check out my knife playlist because most of these I've reviewed in there. And if you have questions, drop it in one of those videos, and I'll do my best to answer it. If I don't know it, I'll try to look it up for you. I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys are getting all your shopping done. Let me check chat here real quick, and then I want to drop a link for Bacon, who always helps me out. Make sure you're checking out Bacon and Forager Chick and Cold War Prepper, and Maccabee's got a great channel. There's Bacon right there, one of my mods. Appreciate you. Lee, can you drop your link in there if you get a second? Burpee Yoga Uncle, appreciate. I don't know if he's still here or if he left. Check out his channel. He does a lot of fitness stuff. Burpee Yoga Uncle did this thing for like a whole year. He was doing, I don't know, what was it, like 100 burpees a day. It was crazy. All right. See if I missed anything in your, still here. Good to see you. All right, let me see if I missed anybody else's comments or any questions before we close this one out. I don't know if Prepping by Faith is going live, but if she is, definitely check out her channel. Sometimes she follows me on Friday nights. And definitely check out Bacon. He goes live later in the night, does a great show. I don't think I missed any. 1,000 days now? And are you doing 100 burpees a day? Wow, that's crazy, man. You are an inspiration, that's for sure. You are an inspiration. All right, folks, I know we're getting near the end of the holiday season. I don't know if I'll get any more gift-giving guides out there. I hope this was helpful for you, though. Let's end with something positive. I want to say, if you're out there and you're listening to this, you know my primary job is I'm a therapist by trade, and I work with usually first responders. And I can tell you that I've been in the field for 25 years now. This time of year, there's a lot of people that struggle with depression. A lot of people are lonely this time of year. If you know somebody that's in that boat, just reach out to them. There's a certain word I can't say here on YouTube because it'll get my channel in trouble, but we'll say self-harm goes through the roof during this time of year. So watch out for your friends that you know struggle with depression. Check in on them, especially this time of year. Let them know they matter. And if you're watching this and you're one of those people, maybe you lost somebody during the holiday season, or you're going through a breakup or a divorce or something, you matter, And I know what some of that stuff feels like. I've been through some of that stuff, and it sucks, but you matter, and we'll get through this. Keep your head up. Make sure you're getting outside. Make sure you get some fresh air. Watch your thoughts. If your thoughts are getting real morbid, you got to call somebody. You got to change it up somehow. Distract yourself. Go play a game. Go for a hike. You got to do something different. You can't linger in those dark thoughts. If you do, that's when you can get yourself into trouble, okay? Sarge loves you. Just remember that. Everybody else, take care of each other. Make sure you hug your loved ones. Try to get outside, do something fun this weekend. Get those Christmas presents and Hanukkah presents wrapped. Thank you so much, Lee. Appreciate you dropping that link again. And that's it for this weekend. Change your thoughts, you change the world. That is absolutely true. I hope everybody gets that too. We'll do some more stuff about that later on. Enjoy your weekend. You too, Forager Check. Thank you so much, Lee. You're an awesome help. I really appreciate you. Everybody have a great weekend. Keep planting your seeds. Keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. All right, I got to roll. Mrs. Sarge and I are going to watch a Christmas movie.